There we go. Now we are good live. Yes. Good evening. This is Andre from Florida of Overcoming the Odds. We want to get right into it as far as how to turn your passion into a business. Now, you might already have one, and you might be kind of wondering, okay, what in the world is they talking about? Passion to a business. Don't worry about that. We're going to be getting into that here in just a few moments. But before we go on any further, let's go and introduce the rest of us here. We'll go out there to the world and the other side of the world, so I say, out there in the UK. So, Ian, go ahead, man.
Yeah, Ian here from the UK, and talking about turning passions into a business, but just realizing that I was kind of thinking about it before as well, how all unique we are, how all different we are. We're all coming from all different parts of the world, and yet there's something there that connects us and that brings us all together. And it's like, I know for me, it's like you always felt like you was like always on your own and always like never really felt a part of anything, or felt like, you know, the odd one out growing up on like the farm or whatever, and to realize that there's people out there who actually combine and connect, even though we're completely different random people, but at the same time we all have a passion for something. And maybe you'll be hearing a little bit about that tonight, but like, you know, yeah, just gonna be sharing some stuff about that. Yeah, cool, awesome.
Hey guys, my name is Neil Henson. I'm also residing in the UK, currently 11 p.m. our time, so we're a little bit late on in the night. But you know, it's well, it's the passion side of things. So this is what we're going to be talking about tonight. It's about bringing your passion, and if you've got a passion that you're thinking, what can I do with it? How can I do this for a living? Well, you know, this is what we're going to be going into tonight. And where there's a will, there's a way. At the end of the day, if you've got passion about something that you would love to do for a living, then, you know, we're going to hopefully give you a few ideas what you can do tonight to actually make that come to life. So yeah, stay tuned.
Patricia disappeared, so
Patricia, you muted.
Sorry about that, guys. This is Patricia Henry, and I'm so glad to be on our Hangout Live here. And I welcome you, everyone who's here, and the replay viewers. I sound like I'm on Periscope, right? But that's another live platform that we can talk about later. But anyway, turning your passions into a business. I like this topic because I'll be able to tell you what I'm doing to do that, and it might give you some insight on how you can do yours as well.
All right. So now that we have mentioned that topic, some people might be asking themselves, okay, but what is it that I have a passion for? And that's something, to be honest with you, if I were to ask you, as far as what it comes down to, what is it that you want? It has to be something, as Napoleon Hill mentioned in his book, Think and Grow Rich, you have to have a burning desire for. There's nothing really, to be honest with you, as far as, it doesn't matter what investment that you do, if you really don't have a passion, not so much for the business, but there's something that you're trying to go using the business investment, you know, idea, wherever. You're going somewhere. That's the whole game plan. Hopefully you're going somewhere. As, again, referring back to Napoleon Hill, you have a major definite purpose, you know, definite chief aim, because that's what you're shooting for. It's something that's always, basically, to be honest with you, you're going to be thinking about it throughout the day. It's going to be driving you when you have ups and lows. That's just how it is. When you have something that you're really, really striving for. You know, it's no different from if I were to ask anybody here in the panel, okay, what is it you want? They'll be able to answer just like that immediately. Now again, not bashing on people they're still kind of wondering as far as like, okay, it's like I understand how you're coming from, but still, that's just be kind of being clear with that before we begin anything else as far as, okay, know exactly what is it that you want. And then once you're able to latch on to, basically to it, this is another cheap way to find out what is it that you like. You know, look yourself into a mirror. It's like, what is it, what do you like, that you have a passion for? You know, whatever it is. Maybe, again, going back to what I referred to earlier, for people that already have a business, whether you do already have another business too, you still might be going back to throughout the same lines as I mentioned just a few moments ago, as far as, okay, I still want to use this business for something else. Great. Not only do you might have a passion for that business, it's also something else that you want to achieve using that business, if that makes sense, where I'm coming from. So that's why I just wanted just to be kind of clear about that before we begin anything else. As far as, okay, what is it we're passionate about? What is it that you want? That's be a good way to start off. What about to say?
Yeah, and it's like, what is your passion? You have a passion for life, and it's like, it's not always like that for all of us, and it definitely weren't like that for me in the beginning. It's like, but when you can get to that stage where you just wake up in the morning and you have that passion to just go out there and live your life, be able to share that and experience what you're going through daily, and just being able to share any random crap with people and being able to run a business from that, I just think that's the coolest thing ever, you know. But like, it wasn't always like that, you know, where you have for me anyway, having that passion for life. Like, you know, I'll remember back only like 2-3 years ago and just feeling this, you know, complete and utter emptiness inside of in terms of like passion. It was just like non-existent from, you know, just not knowing, like Andre said, knowing what you want out of life, you know, having that connection with why you're here, what is your purpose here in life. And really, since being able to come online and figuring out, you know, we have more of a purpose here to be able to spread and share a message, you know, of hope and freedom, and really being able to live that life on your own terms, to going out and, you know, just going out and doing anything you freaking want to do, going out and do what you want, when you want, what you want, with who you want to do it with. But like, you know, just being able to share that, and you can share freaking anything online, and it's so funny how it's like so funny how there's people out there who can connect to any ridiculous thing imaginable. There's someone out there who can connect with it, and that's just so awesome about being online. But like, yeah, no matter how ridiculous or random or unique you may feel that you are, there's always someone out there who might connect, and that's what I found from like going to the events and stuff as well. You know, you never think that you're gonna find people who you really connect with, and that's the awesome thing about this. You know, these guys here is, you know, we're all unified and we're all here going in the same direction, for the same purpose, and that's, you know, we all share that same passion. And when you have people going in the same direction with a passion, it's badass. But like, yeah, awesome.
It's safe to say too, it spreads out too, doesn't it? You know, people they kind of sense that. They're like, you know what, I like that. I'm going to follow this person because of that too. Again, going back to what I mentioned earlier too, hopefully you know what you want, but you see somebody that has that same that same passion for whatever it is going for, like, okay, this person might be able to show me exactly where I'm trying to go. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe if you want to be a little bit, you know, if you want to be a little bit technical in a sense as far as, okay, I like this guy's passion, but can he help me still go where I'm trying to go? That's fine. That's fine. We're trying to just make it real simple for you as far as all that. You see what I'm saying? As far as all that, I kind of mentioned, you know, kind of not saying being technical too, but if you got to be kind of heavy, if you want to have the I's dotted, T's crossed. Sorry, Neil, that's kind of up your alley, though, man. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But still, you're not saying you don't have a passion for that. You know what I mean? Because I like the way, like, because I mean, basically, because I know you. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of giving away for our viewers watching, but I mean, in a sense too, I know you like to have everything okay. If everything's just right, okay, now I can go shoot for it. That's still cool, because guess what? People are going to relate with Neil in that sense. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, that's the thing I'm trying to approach with.
And I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I feel your passion. I feel the passion. Nothing else.
Don't worry about it. Just keep on shaking your head like, yes, I do.
Yeah. I feel the passion, so yeah.
No, I am that kind of person. I like to be. I do like to be structured, not completely structured. You know, I do believe in having a bit of spontaneousness about you, but I kind of like to know what I'm doing. So if I'm going to shoot a video, then I can't be spontaneous in that sense. I've tried it, it just doesn't work for me. So I like to have an idea what I'm going to shoot the video about, what the message is, who it's for, and what I want to get out of the video. They're the things I need to know before I shoot a video. So this is what Andre's saying about, you know, me being structured in that sense. So I've got a definite purpose for shooting that video. I've tried, but I can't just jump on a video and just say, I'm just going to record this quick video and, you know, shoot it out there. I wish I could, but I can't do that. So when I get up, I need to know what I'm shooting the video. I need to know the title. So obviously the subject I'm shooting the video about. I need to know what it's going to be about and who it's going to be for and what the reason for I'm shooting it. So why am I shooting this video? What do I want the message to be, and all that kind of that they're the kind of things that I need to know before I shoot a video. But, you know, likewise, when it comes to your passion, you know, maybe you're thinking that you need to know everything, you know, like what I've just said just there, but you don't. You just need to feel it out. It's one of them things where you're not quite sure where you're going, but it's just about taking action, because some things just unfold as you go along, and that's the thing. Don't wait for everything to be in place. That, unfortunately, is what I did. But, you know, that's just me. I would never encourage you to do that, because, you know, it took me 2-3 years to get started, and I would never wish that on anyone, because, you know, that what you do for 2 to 3 years, if you're not actually building your business, you know, at the end of the day, you've got to make sure you've got everything in place. That's what I did. I don't want you to do that. I want you to just take action. You've got an idea of what you want to do, but don't have everything in place. Just literally go out there, like what Ian does. He literally just shoots a video, and it's just very, very spontaneous. And, you know, I wish I could do that. I just can't do that. I'm just not that kind of person. But Ian does, from fair play to him. But it's all about taking action. This is it. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Don't wait for the perfect opportunity. It's all about making these things happen. And that's, you know, that's why I take my hat off to him, because he can do that. I wish I could, but, you know, just make things happen. You can't wait for the perfect thing to be there, the perfect day or the perfect time, or, you know, at the end of the day, things become perfect because you make them perfect. It's all about taking action. But if you don't do the smallest little things, these perfect days will never show up, because it's all about, you're always going to need to do something else. So it's all about just taking action, but you need to have an idea of what you want to do first. So like what Andre says, maybe you want to do build a business out of your passion, but maybe you want to build a business so you can pursue your passion. I know there are quite a few people who like to travel the world. Now, obviously, you can't travel the world and actually get paid to travel the world. In this respect, you've got a business that's running for you. This is the freedom of actually having an internet business, because you can actually as long as you've got an internet connection, you've got a business, and that's the beautiful thing about it. So you've got a business, and then that allows you to pursue your passion. But then maybe you want to build your passion into a business. Something I was just mentioning to Andre just before we got started, I was reading an email from another known marketer, and he was mentioning how this one person is shooting videos for a living, and he's generated millions of dollars every single year, because he's got a target market, and it's his passion. It's all about video games. That's what he's doing. So shooting video games, it's either reviewing video games or talking about what he likes about the video games, but he's got loads of people that share that passion, and they tune into it to see what he's doing. And because of the amount of people that are doing that, you know, he's now got a target market. They know what it's all about, and because of the amount of people that he draws in, he's able to charge and actually get paid millions of dollars every single year just by doing his passion. So your business can be built around your passion, or like the other people who want to go out there and just travel the world, then you can have a business that runs for you on autopilot and just travel the world and just work on it wherever you choose. So I mean, there's two different ways to do it, but you know, at the end of the day, first things first. The one thing you need to answer is, what is your passion? What makes you tick? What makes you think? What, you know, is there a time where maybe you sat at work, you're daydreaming? What are you daydreaming about? Have you ever had a time where it's like, you know what, if I could do that for a living, I'd be set for life, not bothered. That's all I'd want to do. You know, what is it? Don't be frightened to say, this is what I want to do, because all right, not everyone's going to resonate with your message, but they're the people you shouldn't be too bothered about, because they're not a part of who you're really targeting. You want to be surrounding yourself with the people that want to be a part of your world. That's where your business lies. You can't target everyone, because not everyone is. If everyone liked the same things, the world will be a boring place. You know, everybody has their own opinions. Everybody has their own tastes. You want to be focusing on the people that share your vision, share your passion, and share your goals, because they're the people who are going to want to be a part of your world. Sorry to go off on that little bit of tangent, but
that's what we're all about.
I was not going to stop you because I mean, it's as we've already kind of mentioned already. That's what your passion is going to move you to certain stuff. Perfect example. Okay, if you're on a low because everybody knows days, weeks, months were like this throughout the day. But if you're really serious about something, trust me, you're gonna come back to like, okay, this is what I'm passionate about. It's gonna push you to be consistent. Yeah, that's just how it is. You know, you're not really gonna steer the course of anything where you're going because you're like, okay, this is where I want, and I gotta get there. You know, no matter whatever it is, whatever the distraction and whatnot, trust me, that distraction is not gonna last that long for you. You know, it could be something as simple as posting content, value content, wherever, any social media, anywhere on social media, just to get eyeballs as far as like, okay, what is this person doing? I'm pretty sure too. We've done it here in this panel, but I mean, pretty sure we've had people as far as like, okay, what is this person doing? Whether they're sharing something, whether lifestyle or something, they're always like, there are always people watching as far as like, what in the world is this guy doing right now? Like, what in the world is she doing? It doesn't matter what you do. It could be on Instagram, it could be on Twitter. It's still gonna have people like, all right, I'm trying to figure out what in the world are they doing,
And
and
you'd
they're
have
consistent
no
with it.
idea
You're like,
that this is actually a business meeting, would you?
huh?
You'd have no idea that this was actually a business meeting.
Or is it?
Or is it?
You never know. You never know. And this is a perfect example too, because now she's going to have to unmute herself because I was talking about her. I was implying about her because she's had people who always like, what in the world is this woman doing? You know, as far as shooting a video or whatever on Facebook, and you just have a handful of people watching you, like, what in the world? It could be shared about anything. Am I not mistaken, Patricia? As far as when you're sharing something, sharing a video on Facebook, you're having people like, where is she? What is she doing? Or where is she going right now?
Mm-hmm. Well, since I'm unmuted, my turn then. I like this topic because it embraces everybody has a passion, whether they know it or not. And when we really sit and think about it, like you said, other people are attracted to what we do. And, you know, like for like, same for same. But then again, what Neil had said, people like variety. That's why they're voyeurs or watching other people, because maybe they could become interested in what that person is doing, and that person's interest can spark an interest in them. Maybe, let's say, somebody likes to do, I don't know, like, you know, body fitness, like you, Andre, right? And into sports, somebody's going to be attracted to that. Ian is a world adventurer now and traveler, but he's also a farmer. And I know that I had asked him, I would like to see, maybe he did have before I actually met him, more videos about his farm, because I don't live on a farm. And even though that's not my passion, I am interested because that's not part of my life. That's not what I do. But we know that farming is essential to the lives that we lead, because we all need to eat. Whatever Ian is, you know, I meant to ask you, Ian, what do you guys produce on your farm? But however, that could be not my passion, but I'm interested in that. And then with Neil has a passion. You know, he's mentioned many times that he's an uncle now, and he's doing his business for his passion to help his family and his new baby niece. I forget how old she is now, right? And then I used to be, as we know, a fashion designer. So, but I don't do that anymore because I'm retired. Could I still do it? Yes. But I have an ebook coming out that's going to explain why I don't do that anymore. I love that industry and I still have my creative talents, but I found an alternative way to take my creativity to another level, which I could be able to help others. So that's what I like doing. And when you find this other way, the other way is an online business, I not only can help myself, but I can help others. And for me, that's become my passion now, and to teach others how to do what I'm doing so that they could turn any passion that they have into a business. for themselves to make it profitable. And let's face it, when we're all successful in doing something that we love, we know that we are going to be successful in it because we're going to put our heart and soul in it. I mean, do you guys not all agree, or what?
Yeah, well, the thing is, I mean, when it comes to a passion, I mean, you don't really consider time. And I'll give you an example. This might actually be an extreme example, to be honest. I'm not sure. But one thing that, apart from football, my biggest passion when it comes to sport is pool. I can literally play pool for hours on end. And there has been a time, I'm not going to lie, I actually went to play pool with my dad. And I actually didn't realise it, but I played pool for 13 hours straight. And I didn't even realise. Now, to a lot of people, that, you know, a lot of people look back and say, 13 hours, how do you do it? I was like, well, I just love playing pool. I don't consider how long I'm playing pool for. I just play and I play and I play and I just don't stop. And like I say, right there, 13 hours had passed by, so over half a day, I'd literally played pool non-stop for. And I didn't even think about it. By the time I left, it didn't even feel like I was in there 5 minutes. But that's it. It's just, for me, I love playing pool. So I will play pool, as you just found, I will play pool forever and a day. And it doesn't seem to me like it's a chore. It's something that I love doing. I'll do it waking up. I'll do it going to bed. You know, I just love playing pool. If I could do that as my job, that I would do. I don't really enjoy, you know what I mean, other sides. It's only playing pool that I enjoy. So I don't talk about it or anything like that. But playing it, I'd love to do that. I would love to do for a living, if I was completely honest. But, you know, I'm just not good enough to do it. So that would be the only reason why I don't. But the point is, you know, if it's your passion, regardless of what time of day it is, regardless of how you're feeling, it's what you literally just don't think about. You just want to do it. It gets you out of bed in the morning. It just makes you want to live. You know, at the end of the day, it's something that you're really passionate about, and you just want to do it all the time. And you know, that's for me is what drives you to go forward.
Exactly. I mean, you mentioned that too, as far as like it's going to help you do other stuff within your business. If again, for those that do have one, as far as like, well, that is true too. I mean, if you're really serious, if that why of yours is really serious, you know, i.e. that passion, trust me, you're going to find a way. You're going to find the right people to go to your company events. You're going to link up with the right people, or the right information is going to come your way, as far as just to keep on going online as far as what you want to get done. You know, I've mentioned too, kind of what you talked about too as well, Neil, that since I've been playing American football, semi-pro here the last few years, too, what's passionate about that really comes out as far as my content, because we do have a blog platform. We'll get to that here shortly, as far as sharing information on doing a blog. It's personal development, because I just did not know. You don't know what you don't know, the whole phrase, as far as like, you know, when you try to really work on yourself, as far as like, you know, I think the old saying Jim Rohn used to say, you work in your job, you can make a living. You work in yourself, you can make a fortune. You know, we start to continuously try to just build on that too. It's like, oh man, that also just basically puts gasoline on that passion of yours, when you continuously work on yourself. That's the content I share out. You know, if I'm sharing a video too, it's something related to personal development. Now, can I relate it to something like when I'm on a football field? Oh yeah, I can relate that too, because I mean, you know, I can be cocky with it and say, hey, I won 2 championships, which I have, you know, playing semi-pro, but because I had to get my head straight to help my teammates out. Not saying that, oh, look at me, I can do this and whatnot. No, I had to get myself straight before I could help my teammates out. You know, in that sense, yes, you do have to be kind of selfish in that sense. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, as far as, because I mean, as we've had leaders within our community, you know, you have the transformations in the inside, transformations in the outside are going to happen. That's just true. That's just true. You know, I mean, to be honest with you, Ian was not like this a few months ago. I'm just telling you as it is. You know what I'm saying? But he's constantly working on the transformation on the inside. Really, all of us weren't the same how we were started earlier this year. More transformations in the inside, boom, it comes down the outside. But again, that's because we were really passionate about what we want to do. You know, not taking anything from how we market in different ways, and we're kind of sharing. If you do pay attention to what we're talking about, that is kind of how we're sharing it too. That's how you start to get your leads. That's how you start to get your sales. Patricia mentioned earlier, as far as, you know, those new apps, and for those out there in the marketing world and not getting a hold of that, whether it be Periscope or Blab, another good way to relate with people. You know, not taking anything away from Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Pinterest. The list goes on and on and on and on. But I mean, you know, trust me, like I mentioned earlier, that passion is going to get out as far as getting that information out there in any way possible, whatever it is.
And sometimes you just got to realize that you just got to take your foot off the brakes, and it just reminds me of like coming down a hill on a freaking scooter in Bali at like 90 whatever kilometers an hour, and it just let your foot off the brake, and then because you're going down the winding hill or whatever, and it's just getting that momentum to get up to go back up the other side again, and it's so much easier with momentum when you release that resistance that's there or whatever it might be there when we try and go new things and stretching our comfort zone. And learning new things as we are working on our inner game. It's like, I can definitely relate that to me these last few months. And Andre's dead right. It's everything. You've got to work on yourself before you can work on other people, and it's like that within a team as well. And yeah, just sort of letting our foot off the brake, and like I can definitely relate to that, because when we go out and do new things and we go in maybe take that new step and take that leap off the cliff and into getting into a business, an online business, and it's completely new to you perhaps, it can be freaking scary, and it's like, well, what do I do? Where do I start? What have I got to do? And it's like we get in, and we know freaking nothing, because we're not exactly sharing so much now, but we don't need to. That's the thing. We have systems in place that do that for us. But the point is, we get off this and get into our getting out of our comfort zone and go off and do this freaking amazing new awesome scary thing. It's kind of like, this fear is there that we make up with it in the back of our minds, but it can either freaking, it's like pressure, that quote that says, but anyway, that fear that, and just being able to let our foot off the brake and just go with it, and just, it's like, I was in Bali the other month or whatever, and one of the main lessons that I learned was like realizing that, once you let that foot off the brake and try not to really overly steer in a particular direction, kind of have a vague idea of where you want to go in mind, but if you don't end up going where you wanted to go in the first place, it really doesn't matter, because you can go somewhere much more freaking better. Because like I had this idea when I was there to like ride over to this place that was like a short distance away, like a town in the middle of the island or whatever, and ended up taking like a 3-day detour. Even though I planned going to this place, but I must have took the wrong direction or something, and then like in the beginning I was like starting to think like, oh damn, I missed my turn, no idea where I'm gonna sleep for the night, I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do? And it's like you get kind of panicky, and you're like, oh, but then you just like, oh sod it, I'll just realize I'll just go with it, something will come up. So I kept going, and I went over the top of this volcano down the other side, got all the way to like the north shore of the island or something. And then just randomly I'm like stopped at the side of the road at like a junction, and I'm like going off like a screenshot of a Google map for a map to use, and I was like looking at this, and then next thing this guy comes up on a freaking scooter and was like, hey, are you looking, do you want some help or something? And just because I have my bags and stuff on my back. But anyway, it turned out 2 nights running, I didn't even need to think about a hotel at all. I just kept on riding, and people came to me offering me places to stay for 2 nights in a row, and I was just like, it doesn't matter if we don't end up where we thought we was going to be, because we can end up so much better. And because of that, I ended up going and taking a boat ride and seeing some dolphins and stuff, and then going up a volcano. But like wherever you think you might want to be, you can be so much better when you release your foot off the brakes and just flow with it and go with it. That was the whole point of that. I'm not sure if that's relevant to anything, but I'm not sure that it matters that it's relevant to anything. But yeah, anyway.
No, that's wonderful. We've been waiting for your fabulous adventures to tell us about that, because to me, that's your passion. I mean, this is what we're talking about. This is what our hangout is about. But how do you apply that in practical ways, right? Well, you've done it. You've done videos. People are watching you. I've noticed that your views have skyrocketed on your views on on Facebook, the comments, everything. And of course, we have our team. You've got your tribe teams. You've got people that are helping you to boost this, right? But as other people see that, they're going to be attracted to, hey, why does Ian all of a sudden have 20 million comments, or he's got 20 million likes? People are wanting to see what you're doing. That's an adventure. I've never been to Bali. I'm sure that people who haven't been are going to be interested in that. And if you syndicate that adventure, as you're going to do, or you're putting your things on Instagram, et cetera, that's going to be a tremendous draw to you, and you're showing your passion. So that's just excellent. And I'm sure I don't know if you had time to do your blogs about it. I mean, I can't wait. You got to pin it to my wall. I gave you guys two places. I've given all of my partners here, guys, my Facebook fan page, that you guys are welcome, because you're my team here, to help put your blogs on there, right, of whatever you're doing, whatever your passions are. And then my page, usually we don't want people to put stuff on our page that we're not related to, that we don't know, but I have no problem with that. I mean, I'm anxious to see it, or tag me, whatever it takes, because we're all working for the better good of what we're all doing. And again, I have no qualms with that. That is what I love, because that way people can see that we're a community. Again, it's a practical way of putting our passions out there, you see. So that's what, again, I have my list of things that I made. So that's what people want to know. They want to know, how can we turn this into a business, right? So whenever you guys are ready, I'll do my list of things that I have.
But you might as well, because we kind of cover, in a sense, the people that might already be in the business, and then the kind of, you mentioned earlier, you kind of realizing this is more than just talking about business.
Yeah, and like you and I,
what you want, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and like Andre, you and I talked last night about this on Blab, which is another platform, guys, that if they have a business and they're capable of doing what we are offering, which is our blogging platform, and if the companies allow them to have that, what did we say, Andre? Yesterday we said that if their company does not allow them to have their company on another blog, and it's in their contract or their, what do they call it, their terms of use, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, because I know several people who have that clause in their contracts that they're not supposed to do that. But again, it's about blogging. It's about your passion, okay? I know that, hey, if you're selling Avon, is that really your passion? No, your passion is probably your family, your lifestyle. Maybe you have pets that you're raising. Maybe you're really a knitter, or maybe you really love to cook. So show that passion. That passion is going to attract people into your other business. And you can say, oh, by the way, this is also what I do. Like I have another company that I am involved with, and it is a company called Party Light. All right, it's candles. So I don't really talk about that much, but I show other things in my life that people are attracted to. I'm always getting compliments because I used to be a fashion designer. That is a passion of mine. I try to gear my lifestyle more towards fashion, or more towards things like that people are more attracted to. And by the way, when I do put a blog post up, or I put a comment up, I always get, oh, you sell candles? Oh, I never knew that. Oh, where's your website? You see what I'm saying? Because now they've already established who I am as a person. They've come to know, like, and trust me. And oh, by the way, this is what you do also? So they're more than eager to maybe click on that link and see what I do and sign up, So that's what I do. So with Ian, his adventures in Bali, oh my goodness, that's fun. People who like to travel, people who like to take adventures, or even if they don't ever get to do that, they're living through your eyes. They're seeing what you're doing, and they're being attracted in that way to you.
Yeah, and you summed it up perfectly as well. It's like what we're all doing that connects us all is we're having a business and a life at the same time. That's the whole purpose of what we're doing and why we share stuff. And yeah, you said it perfectly, Patricia.
Exactly.
Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, I was just going to add to what you guys have just said. You know, when you're sharing something, you know, you may think like what Patricia, what you mentioned about sharing the candles and things like that. And it's like, to some people, they'll probably think, well, yeah, who wants, you know, if I share that, I don't know if anybody else is really going to relate to that or whatever. And I suppose what we're trying to say is you need to let go of whatever you think is basically holding you back. If you think that you can't share that, you know, like Patricia said, people comment on Patricia when she's talking about candles, or you know, Ian's out there, you know, traveling the world. Whatever it is that you're wanting to share, don't hold back thinking that people are going to laugh at you, or people are not going to relate to you, or you know, you're the only person. Because believe you me, the world is a huge place, and there are so many people out there that are just looking for someone to resonate with, but they won't resonate with you if you don't share who you really are. You can't hide from who you really are, because it will show eventually, and it's a lot better for people to see that rather than them to find that out, because people don't like it when they can't see who you actually are, because it just sounds it just don't seem right, and that's what people don't like. So you know, at the end of the day, forget about if people don't resonate with your message, because who cares anyway? With the greatest respect to everybody, at the end of the day, I don't mean it in no disrespect to anybody, but if you're not part of the world, what my focus, what I want to support, that's great, fair enough. I wish you well on whatever it is you do, but I'm not going to pay any interest to what you actually think about what mine is, and that again is no disrespect, because ultimately it's the people who do want to be a part of that. That's who I'm going to resonate with, because that's what my passion is all about. So then, I mean, in no disrespect to the people who I'm not paying attention to, but you've got separate interests to me. So you know, I'll give you an example. I'm something that we mentioned on one of our previous hangouts. One of our special guests that we had on Aaron. He's a piano player. He plays piano, but he also plays guitar as well, which is what I play. So I play guitar. Now I resonate with all music, but for some people who perhaps play classical music, so maybe they play violin and things like that, maybe they do classical. So okay, I appreciate classical music, but I like rock music, so I pay attention to that kind. So if somebody says to me, I don't like rock music, oh, fair enough, I appreciate your opinion, but that's not really, I don't care about that. You've got your tastes and I've got mine. So then I appreciate what your opinions, and I appreciate what your input, but that's not going to affect me, and it's not going to change the way I think and what I do, because that's not who I am. So I'm just going to continue with doing what I do, because that's who I am, and I'm not interested in somebody who wants classical music, because they're not a part of my world. I want to bring the people who like, in that case, rock music, who plays guitars, who likes Les Pauls, and for anybody who maybe guitar players. You know, it's those kind of people I would actually be wanting to talk to, because we have an equal passion. So it's those kind of people. I wouldn't talk to a violin player about guitars, because again, one instrument, another instrument, one style of music, another style of music, completely different ends of the spectrum, and we wouldn't really have much in common, because they would be talking about one thing, I'd be talking about another. So it just clashes. But if I start speaking to people who share the same taste in music, same instrument to play, same style of music, all that kind of stuff, we will have equal passions, and we'll have a lot to talk about, and we will share that passion, and it will come across in our personalities too. And that's the kind of thing what we're trying to say when you're trying to portray your message on Facebook, Google, wherever it is that you're promoting yourself. If you haven't, then that's where you need to be. But don't try to say, I don't want to do that, because you know people are not going to like that. Well, no, people don't like it when you're trying to say you're something, but you're just trying to hide who you really are. People want to know who you really are. That's when, you know, people start resonating with you, because they know who you are. It's when you've got something to hide, people can sense that you've got something to hide, there's something missing. So just being open, being honest, being completely true to who you are, people resonate with that. And you know, at the end of the day, again, no disrespect to anybody that doesn't like what I do, or what, you know, resonate with the message that I'm sharing or whatever, that's fair enough. And I appreciate that you might not like it, or you might not resonate with it. That's cool. But, you know, at the end of the day, that's the kind of people I want to attract to my life. And you can't pay attention to everyone because there are so many different personalities out there. So again, it means no disrespect, but you need to stop worrying about what everyone else thinks, and, you know, what everyone may think as well, because that's another thing that can stop people. I know that's something that stopped me in my tracks quite a few times, but you need to stop worrying about what people may think or what people act, because the fact of the matter is, if they're thinking it, they're not saying it. So, you know, how do you know? You know, at the end of the day, this is what we're talking about with the mindset. You've got these negative associations thinking that this is what people might think about you, but the fact of the matter is, who cares? At the end of the day, it's those people who support you want to be paying attention to. So, you know, just stay true to who you are. Don't care what people actually think. Even if people start being negative towards you, just brush it to one side and say, you know what, doesn't matter, because that's not who I want to share my message with. Keep moving forward, because that's when you're going to find the people who do belong in your life, and that's the only way you're going to build your business. Build whatever it is you're trying to do. So if you're trying to build a business around your passion, that's cool. But if you just want to do your passion, and even if it's just do your passion and not build a business, that's completely cool too. But don't hide who you actually are. If you want to build a business out of your passion, that's great. But just don't try to be someone you're not, and don't be scared of what people may think or may say. Just keep going, because, you know, the people who want to find you will eventually.
You remember too, Neil, just to add on what you just mentioned, all that too. That's why it's funny when Patricia mentioned earlier, as far as those new apps like Periscope and Blab, when people can see you. You know, what is it that we did a couple weeks ago? Hey, play it cool, but when we get on there, we were strategizing as far as like, hey, this is what we're going to do Friday. We got somebody join our team because of that. He's like, man, I love what you guys are sharing. He's like, man, I just joined the team. I'm like, what? You know, because all we were doing is just, they saw how we are. This is nothing different. Like when we're off of this, we're not anything different. We're game planning for the next event, which is next Friday, hit 6 p.m. Eastern time, same time. But that's where our mindset is. We're game planning for the next event. So while I'm out there, like for example, Blab, where you can see people like this face to face or whatever, you can't hide that. You know, we mentioned this in the previous hangouts as far as when you're doing a video, when you do video marketing, this is what you see. Now, obviously, not taking away from if you're an SEO person, maybe doing a blog, you like to do your strategy on Instagram or Facebook, not taking anything away from that. But I'm just saying, when you're actually seeing people face to face and when we're talking, you know, we kind of call some people out that, hey, you can see us, you can relate to us, or whatever. This is what we're doing as far as game planning for our business. And you know what the funny thing is? They still didn't know what we do. We were just still sharing that value. We were just giving that value to sharing that, throwing out ideas. I'm not gonna lie. I used to think, and still, it's kind of funny. People are still like, how in the world is this all relating to business and passion? Still pay attention to what we're talking about. But I remember reading one of Robert Kiyosaki's books, and I think it was Retire Young, Retire Rich. Before he went to go on pursue what he was passionate about, which is obviously building businesses and real estate. His last job, he was in the Xerox company. He was with his buddy named Larry, and there were times they would go to the last floor of the company, and during break times, they're just sharing ideas. Personally, I used to think that was kind of ridiculous. I was like, man, we're sharing ideas. Like, man, but are we getting anything done? But you know, this is coming from somebody who's a multi-millionaire. Now, talking about Robert Kiyosaki, you know, obviously bestseller in the Rich Dad series of books. He said, no, when you're doing that something as simple as that, just giving out ideas, he's like, yeah, we came up with good ideas. We came up with bad ideas. We came up with absolutely ridiculously stupid ideas. But it gives you mental exercise as far as opening your mind up as far as, okay, different possibilities. Okay, just adding on as far as that, okay, they have the passion, but they're still trying to figure out what is it that they're trying to, how are they trying to get the passion done completely. You know, and now, obviously, you know the name Robert Kiyosaki, especially those in the home-based business profession. Just, you know, I mean, he's kind of cutthroat when it comes to financial education, but it just comes down to, again, that's going along to what we were passionate about, sharing ideas, trying to see, okay, how can we do this? Because, again, as we mentioned earlier, yeah, we all have different ways of marketing strategies. Yes, we all do. And if you've really been paying attention here this evening, we've all been kind of giving it away a little bit too, because you're seeing that it is more, as Ian said earlier, it is more than just talking about business, you know. And then yes, we do give out income claims, because when we talk about leaders, because that's the legal thing. Oh, by the way, some people just don't know about that, so you can look at our income disclaimer below, because some of the leaders that we have within our company, their results are not typical, but some of their passions were teaching. As Jim Rohn likes to say, study, practice, and teach. Some of our mentors within our community, they love to go and teach information, give out different ways, suggest certain ways. Not going to tell us what to do, because when it comes down to it, you got to make that decision what you want to do, or how you want to do your own strategy. You know, so that's basically maybe to take a little bit from what we learned and we're going to implement it. You know, it's just that's to take the whole thing. It's like, okay, I like this, and we go and implement this. Just a little bit, bits and pieces of it. You know, but I mean, it doesn't take anything away from what our main strategy is too. And then for the people that are watching us, we like to still answer as far as like, okay, I need. When it comes down to people are like wondering, okay, there's those in the offline home-based business profession. That's the world I came from. So all right, what leads? How do I get more people get more leads? And obviously more leads and sales. We know this. Same thing in the online world. Leads and sales. That's what we're looking for too. That's why we have to come down to the the nitty-gritty, the number one important thing. What is it that you want? Because what is it what you want is going to, like we mentioned earlier, that's going to drive you when there are days when you don't feel like doing anything. There are going to be days like you're going to want to quit. Let's be real with you. You're going to want to quit and be like, oh man, forget this. That passage is going to make you say, okay, just one more day. Let me do this one more day. Let me do one more day. Then you're going to stay consistent with it. You're going to have those right habits set up. And then before you know it, boom. You know, I mentioned Blab just an example, because guess what? Here in the last week, I've gotten about several leads from that, because people are relating to me. When it comes down to it, people are going to relate to you as a person. That's what Neil's saying. Not taking anything away from, you know, not saying we hate you or whatever, because it's like, oh, okay, and not for me. Cool. We're not taking anything away from you. We're still going to love you. We're not saying we're going to hate you or anything. No. We're not saying that. Our point is, too, people are going to follow exactly you, what you want. We're going to follow you when it comes down to it. I remember I joked around with somebody here early on Blab. I was like, man, the name of a company could be, I don't know, XYZ Care Bears. But, I mean, it doesn't matter, because what's that person going to do? They're going to join me when it comes down to it. Maybe and they're going to be able to relate to, it's like, I like what this person's doing. They got that it. In fact, that's what they have to say when it comes to in the NFL and football. It's like, oh, he has it. And so they talk about like somebody who's like has to really potentially just really do something special. You see it in like Pop Warner High School and college. It's like, oh, okay, they have it. There's something about them. It's like they're going to go and actually make this happen. That's that passion without the person actually saying it. You know, some people might call it another thing. That's cool. That's fine. But I'm just saying, in that world, the athletic world, sometimes that IT is like, oh yeah, they have it. That's that's another way just like I just mentioned as far as how you can describe passion. So again, that's just something that it's going to come out to. Just giving another example as far as, okay, this is a way just to come about too. It's going to come out, and even no matter what type of marketing strategy it is, your email marketing, your Facebook marketing, the list goes on and on and on. That is going to come out, the good energy, and I hate to say it, but the bad energy as well too. So that's why we keep on coming back to the number one thing. Okay, what is it that you want? And once you do find out what you want, guess what? All the right stuff's going to come around too, just to help you make that happen. That's just how it is,
And something to change the subject a little bit as well, and what Neil was saying about having a passion about playing the guitar. Was that? I never knew that about you, Neil. Then I just got this vision of Andre. Neil saying that, and then it turns out we got the Overcoming the Odds. I had this vision of the Overcoming the Odds like band. There's like Neil playing the guitar, and then Andre, for some whatever reason, was playing the triangle, wearing a pink tutu with a picture with a caption that said, "Bro, get out of your comfort zone." I have no idea why I shared that. That's what I was thinking about while you
were... Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Talking about a pattern error.
Like we try and compare ourselves to others, and it's realizing what Neil was saying as well. is realizing that you can only compare yourself to yourself and what you've been yesterday, and who you want to be tomorrow, and taking that one day at a time and saying, I'm just going to give it one more day. I'm just going to, see what tomorrow brings, and really going out there and improving who you are as a person, and being the best person that you can be, having a life where you can, have a business and a life at the same time, being able to have that life on your own terms, to be able to do what you want, when you want, what you want, with who you want to do it with, and really be able to, experience all that life has to offer, and really going out and do anything you freaking want to do. Because the truth is, anything is possible, and there's really so much out there, more than we ever think. And it doesn't matter where we think we might want to go in life. It's gonna, we keep at it, just flow with it and just roll with it, wherever it takes us. Have an idea of like, hey, if I get to this place, it'd be cool, but if I don't get there, I'm gonna go somewhere so much better, just by taking the action, and taking that action, and just going all in with your heart, with who you are as a person, and sharing, who you are as a person, whatever the hell you're passionate about. To be honest, it really doesn't matter. But what's right for you, and people resonate with that. There's people out there who connect, and it's as simple as that. You can really, learn to leverage your business off of that, and be able to, plug people into a system that has all the tools and resources and the education that you need to be able to, either start out from scratch, or develop your skills, and better yourself. Yeah, that was a pretty good summary, wasn't it? I'm surprised I was able to say that.
and you were messing with me earlier, as far as like, I had no idea what you were talking about, but like, no, I'm just kidding. But
there's different languages of communication, isn't there? It's funny. Like, some people understand a certain thing, and then other people are just like, what?
It's funny how like-minded people can understand in a sense. No matter whatever in the world that you're talking about, almost forgot to mention, as far as exactly we've been talking about.
Hey guys, wait. Hey, when you guys get married, you have to understand your wife,
Oh,
you gotta communicate when you guys get married. So anyway, go ahead.
Being real.
Well, no, Super Tristan, come on back up, because when we were talking on Blab last night, you wanted to talk about the home base since we're already talking about this the passion. So go ahead, let's let it all out though, as far as the home base that we can have that can help offer people as well. Since we're talking about passion, and maybe turn into a business, go ahead. Might as well talk about the home base, and you'll see what we're talking about here.
Our home base? You mean our blog? There you go. Yes.
Exactly.
Well, there it is. And what should the people do if they want to join us? Is click the link below. That's our blog, right? And they may say, what the heck is a blog? Well, they can learn from us, right, when they join us. We have a whole back office. We have teamwork. If they join me, they join Andre, they join Neil, they join Ian, whoever it is that you join, we'll be there to help you. But now I have a list, like I said, because what we want to do is we want to see the practicality of what we're talking about, right? And we've mentioned several things already. And the first thing is not to be afraid to start, right? To start what? Okay? Well, to start your adventure into the online blogging world. It could be very mysterious. It could be very daunting, again, without someone to guide you, right? And again, that's why we have this platform. We've already mentioned many times that in prior Hangouts that how we all got together to form this particular Hangout with 3 guys and a girl is that we met through events. But the first thing is to don't be afraid to start your adventure here online. And how you do that is to start a blog. And once again, I'm not going to go into what a blogging detail is or what a blog is. You guys can Google that and see. But basically, it's your own website to put your passions on it, to upload your videos, to show your lifestyle, to talk about different strategies that eventually, that when you learn, do, and teach, you'll be able to teach others how to do this journey and how they can put their passions out there on this particular platform, how to syndicate it. What does syndication mean? That means to throw it out there and put it on Facebook, to put it on YouTube, to put it on LinkedIn, to put it on all the different platforms. Again, we have apps, Periscope, we have Blab, we have all of these different things. You can't put your blog on that, but you can talk about it. You can put your link up. You could share that, right? And you want to do, like I said, videos about what you're passionate about. You want to start reading books. You know, Andre is big about reading books that are going to change your mindset and give you the personal development that you need, because everybody comes in here with a wall. You know, they come up with a wall. I know I did. When I first came online, I was like, who is this stuff? Because first of all, we don't know who to trust when we come online. We don't even know what it's about. I had no idea that we could do a blog. What's a blog? I didn't even know what a blog was. And we knew that other companies, huge companies, can come on. They have huge advertising budgets. They have their huge websites. They have blogs. They have all of this. So once again, it could be daunting to get your passion out there. They already have their niche, whatever they're advertising, right? And like I said, they have multi-million-dollar advertising companies behind them to advertise their brands, right? Whether it's Coca-Cola, whether it's Nike, whether it's Chanel, because like I said, a fashion designer. So all these brands have people behind them that are pushing what they're doing. But here comes little old you, or little old me, or little old whatever. How do we do that? Well, that's where we come in. That's where our blogging community comes in to help you do that, right? And then reading these books, you'll get yourself out of this negative mindset, like, oh my goodness, I can't do this. I don't know how to do this. And you know, sitting in a place by yourself in a dark room in a closet, you have to know who to reach out to. And we're telling you that you can reach out to us because we can help you do that. And then we want to make sure that once you do something, you want to make a schedule to be able to keep yourself organized on the tasks that you're going to be learning, because some of these tasks, like I said, they may be new and daunting to you, and you may not know where to start. But that's where you will come to one of us, and we'll help you to do that. There's all kinds of different platforms out there that can help you stay organized. There's Evernote, there's Google Calendar, there's Google Docs, there's spreadsheets that you can format to help you with that, doing different tasks. And then again, events. I mentioned how do we get together. You have to stay plugged into the system. And matter of fact, when you join our system, as you go through I think it's 8 steps or 10 steps of what to do when you first join our business, and if you watch those videos, they help you stay aligned to the business model that you're going to be joining. And when you stay plugged into your business community, that you can't get lost if you stay focused on what you need to do. And then you need to be an optimist, not a pessimist. Like I said, when I got online, I was the biggest pessimist. Are these people real? Is this a real business? Is it fake? Because let's face it, there's a lot of people that have been burned by certain businesses that went out of business, right? Neil, I was in one. Andre was in one. And I don't know about Ian, if you had been in one that you've been in. But that went out of business. I wasn't in it heavily. I had just got into it. But, you know, I took it with a grain of salt because I knew these kind of things existed, that, you know, people have scams out there. But we're in a legitimate business. Our business that we're in, called Empower Network, has been in business for 4 years. Granted, we are young. It's only 4 years. It's not like it's been in business for decades. But we know in our heart that it's real because we've been to the events. We've been there, and we know how we've seen people on stage that turned their passions into a business, and we know that it is real. So that's all I have to share with my little list. If anyone else that's on the panel can think of anything else that I've missed, and I'm sure there's more, things. That is kind of the basics and basis of where you should start looking at how to turn your passion into a business.
Oh, I want to show them exactly what it is. And Neil, you understand this since we learned this from one of our mentors within our community here earlier this week. You know, because this is something that he mentioned, Mike Hobbs. So this is exactly to see once you do decide to click that old big old green link down there that says yes, let me in. This is what you get into our platform right here, the Kalatu platform. So this is so you see you have blogs. I'll get to those a little bit too. And you have the different plugins. So watch this, guys. So it kind of makes it easier for you as far as like, oh, okay, you can do something like this. Let's see where I'm gonna go here. Let's say Content Blast just for laughs and giggles, you know, and then they can just you can just come and just edit. Really, a lot of stuff's already set up for you, and if you have a question for it, for those who might be like, man, where's the support? Boom, there you go. As far as something as simple as I can blog. There you go. Where does my blog go? Basically, a lot of this stuff, I'm not going to go through everything, but this kind of answers your question as far as like, oh, okay, this is what I'm getting with this when I do click the link below. Yes, that is so true. Here are some other little hacks as well to help you. You can continue to build, because we know as far as people have a business, okay, how do I get this right here? There you go. Shows you right here as far as how to start making money. Now again, results in that typical. So again, please see our income disclaimer below, just so you can see exactly. Okay, this is okay. I get this, and there's different short videos. That's exactly what I mean. Like probably 7 minutes, sometimes maybe a little bit longer, like 12. No big deal. Your theme settings, how you ever want to have your blog, however you want to have the setup. This is the reason why I'm just going through this background, thinking that okay, this is what I get a vision. This is my own setting, and you can see exactly how I post. But again, I just like to keep it short and simple. But if you're looking down to, it goes back to what we said earlier, being consistent with what you share. Again, I'm not going to keep on going through the whole thing. Just being very consistent with it that I want to share. Let's see, that wasn't what I wanted to. Here we go. For those that want to be real fancy with their platform, look at different theme settings right here. So it can be right here, the blog design too. We have another one of our top earners right here. This is real cool as well. Or for those right here, the canvas or the capture. These things are pretty sweet too. So I'm showing you guys this because you're seeing, oh, okay, this is what I'm getting once I do decide to go and join us here today. And you know, right here, the other themes as well. So that's why I'm showing that all you guys. This is what I learned. This is what Neil and I learned from one of our mentors within our company too, as far as just showing you guys exactly what you're getting. See, they obviously have the SEOs too. We have like weekly, every other week we'll have some hangouts too, as far as covering information, how to get your content out there. So that's the reason why I'm sharing all this, so you guys get a pretty much good idea as far as like, okay, this is what I'm getting exactly. That's why I wanted to share all that with you guys, just so you're like, okay, I see what I'm getting. All right, cool. They're talking about passion, and then it kind of lists out everything too. It's basically, in a sense, it is self-explanatory too. But again, going back to what we said earlier, once you know what you want to, you'll be able to find out exactly as far as, okay, I want this. Then you can run with it, and you stick with it, you stay consistent with it, and you just stay that course with it too. Again, it doesn't matter if you don't have a business. It doesn't matter if you do have one. If you do have one, we're basically implying this is a tool to pretty much get more eyeballs toward your opportunity, as we mentioned earlier. For those that don't have a business, now you can see as far as like, man, yes, there is opportunity here. As far as like, I got something, I got passion for it, I got an idea. This is what I love to talk about. Like Neil said, okay, you like to play the guitar. Talk about that. Let people know. Write it out. Put it on a blog post, or you can do a video, post it on there. It doesn't matter. Share it. Maybe you can post a picture on. Do that too. That's your home base. You know, because we know social medias, they can shut you down, or you know, you have their haters for whatever reason. No, that's yours. that is yours right there. So that's exactly what you're getting once you decide to join our community and decide to just click that link below. And then also too, once you do that, go and get your event ticket, because in the next, literally, I'm looking at my calendar, 3 weeks from today, we're going to be in Orlando, Florida, for our next company event. So then you can really see the community hang around more like-minded people as far as how they're doing it. And you're going to hear all different ways, too, as far as people building business. You don't take everything. You take bits and pieces out of that. I can roll with this, but you still stay consistent with your main strategy. Because, I mean, being online, there can be a lot of distractions. Same thing offline, not taking anything away from that, but just still stay the course what you want. Again, that's your passion is going to continue to lead you to what you want to get done. So that's why I wanted to share all that, as far as this is what you're getting once you decide to join our team. So anybody else might have anything else to mention?
Yeah, well, I was just going to add a few things, because you were just mentioning there with the blog, and when we're talking about the passion, the blog is your platform. That's where your voice. That's what you want. This is your home base. This is where people are going to come to know more about you. So when we're talking about staying true to who you are, you're portraying your vision, your message, what you're all about, because this is where people are going to come to find you, and people are going to want to resonate with you. So if you're talking about your true message, so the example that I spoke to you about earlier, like I'm a guitar player. Now that's not generally what I speak about online, but that is one of my other passions offline. I play guitar, so if I was to talk to guitarists, I will be talking about Epiphones. I could talk about Gibsons, Washburns. So what type of guitar it is. Then I could talk about the style. So is it a Flying V? Is it a Les Paul? It could be that. But then there's string gauges, distortion, clean. So all types of different styles like that. I could talk about guitar amps. Those kind of things I would talk about to a guitarist. Now, if I spoke about that on the blogging platform and just typed it all in, and it's only the people that were actually searching for this, they're actually going to find it. So, anybody who's not interested in your general topic, they're not going to find it anyway. So it doesn't really matter. It's only when you're on YouTube, it's really where people are going to find your videos that are not necessarily looking for your videos. But beside the point, your blog is your home base. This is where people are going to come to find you. So if you're sharing your true message, regardless of what that is, people are going to come there because they're interested in the topic, and this is where they're going to come resonate with you, share your message, and that's where you bring people in, and they're going to want to be a part of your world because you're already speaking the message that they're already looking for. So this is why you need to have a blog. It's your home base. It's where people come to find out more about you. But you're using video, so like what we're doing here, this is a live video. So when we're finished with this recording will get put up. It's on YouTube. We'll also put it out on other places as well. But that's what you use. You use Facebook, you use Google Plus, Twitter, LinkedIn. There's a whole variety of different ways you can actually promote your message. That's what you're using. You're using them platforms to promote your message, but you should be equally bringing them back to the blog, and that's where you need a blog. It's your home base. And it's something you need. It's imperative you have one if you want to be successful in an online business. If you don't have an online business, that's cool. A blog will help you as well, but it's not possibly equally as important. It will certainly get you more exposure. But if you're an online person, you're an online business, or you're thinking about getting an online business, I'm telling you now, blogging is one of them things you need to have, because it's your platform and it's yours. Like what Andre says, it's yours. Nobody can take that away from you, and it's there until you decide otherwise. So you can keep putting content out there again and again and again, and maybe Facebook decides that it doesn't want to show this one to every single one of your people. You could then target YouTube. You could shoot a video, put it on YouTube. You could go on Twitter, LinkedIn, Google Plus. These things, at the end of the day, there's so many different platforms out there. It's unbelievable. But the target of that is to bring them in to the blogging platform, and it's only when you've got your own platform that is when people can't take that away from you. That is yours, but it's up to you what you do with that too. So you can put out whatever message you want. Nobody gets to tell you what you speak about. Nobody gets to tell you what you should be talking about. It's your blog. It's up to you what you do with it. But at the end of the day, it's you speaking true and speaking who you are, because that's the only way people are going to find who you are. So at the end of the day, if you're staying true to who you are, then people are going to find you. The right people are going to find you, and they're going to want to be a part of your world, and your business will grow. But you have to find those people to start with. But it starts with speaking your passion and just what you want to do.
So, what are the other last words before we go and end this event for the night?
Well, I was just going to say that's true. They just need to click the link below. And don't forget to get our free ebook that's there for you. All right, we don't want you to forget about that. For joining us tonight and for hanging on to listening to why you definitely should start your blog about your passion for your business. And people have to realize that they could earn a wonderful income. We have a lot of people in our teams that are doing that, and we are striving definitely to be there and make a living. I'm trying to retire my husband. That's a little passion that I have. And like I said before, he's been on his job for over 38 years now, and I've got to retire him. And that's what I'm going to do. That is my passion, but I also share my other things that I do around that so that I can attract people into my life who want the same thing for themselves.
Yup.
Yep. And yeah, Ian has a big smile, and he had a wonderful adventure. See, so follow him. And Andre has his adventures on a big, huge green field with a lot of other sweaty men running around. And I know Neil has a wonderful passion, and with his family, he's not married, but he has a brother who has a baby, and he has a future scheduled out for himself, for them and himself. And so I know you, whoever you are that's watching this, even the replay viewers that are watching this, we know what your passions are. You can still leave a comment below. When you click on this link, you can leave a comment below and let us know what your passions are and how we can help you. All right?
So with that being said, we will see you guys same time, same place next week. With a 6
Okay, guys.
Time, 3 p.m. Pacific time. So we'll see you guys then.
Peace.